It's Max here with Get Wired Studios, and today we're going to be talking about waves. Now, this is a classic analog chorus with some updated modern features. One of my favorite designs that I've made to date. I know I probably say that quite often, but genuinely I think this is my favorite pedal that I've made. Now, I wanted to walk through some of the basic controls, kind of give you an idea of some of the sounds that it can make. We'll get right into it. So on the left here we have our depth and rate controls. These are your fairly standard chorus controls. And then over here on the right we've got a wet-dry mix knob. It'll go from 100% dry to 100% wet. So we can get clean sounds on the left, chorus sounds in the middle, and vibrato sounds on the right if you turn it all the way up. So I'll start with a fairly basic chorus sound. I'll show you the range of the rate knob, and then I'll get into the more interesting effects later, talking about the drift and rate 2 knobs, and then animation at the end. So I'll get into it with the rate knob over here, just kind of at noon, a fairly standard chorus. Have a listen. That kind of shows you the range of the rate knob. It goes very slow all the way down, kind of into like flanger territory, where it's just adding a little slow modulation, just without the feedback and filtering you'd have with a flanger. And then as we turn it all the way up, gets into more of like a normal fast chorus sound. And then I wanted to talk about this fast switch, which will put the pedal into like a fast mode. Notice with the knob all the way up here, is going to be about the same speed as when we turn it all the way down and we get the fast switch on. So this will kind of go from our fast to slow mode and go up from there. So I'll show you the range of this knob again here. Now when we start getting into rates above noon in fast mode, it turns it into more of like a ring modulator. You can kind of hear it humming now, and it's got its own pitch. It'll start to interfere with the notes that you're playing. So that kind of gives you an idea of the range of rates that it can do. Let's get into this drift knob. This is kind of the meat and potatoes of this pedal. As we turn in this drift knob, we're going to basically start to change the speed of the main rate knob. So when I turn this all the way up, you'll see it start kind of fluctuating between two different speeds. And our rate 2 control will control how fast it changes between those two speeds. So I'll turn this all the way down and I'll start to show you kind of the range on our rate 2 knob. So I'll leave drift turned all the way up so you can hear the biggest difference in speeds. When it's really slow like this, we're going to see it's going to stay slow for a little while, and then it's going to speed up and it'll stay fast for a little while. Again, kind of alternating between 2 speeds. So have a listen. Now, if we want it to change speeds a little faster, what I can do is just bring in this rate 2 knob. We'll turn it up and you'll see that it'll change speeds more frequently. When we start bringing rate 2 way up high, we'll start getting into like heartbeat type rhythms and like odd waveforms. You can see it's kind of fluctuating and fluttering. These can be really interesting, kind of a more modern, weird chorus sound, but still really nice. The drift knob will control how much our speed changes by. I kind of think about this as like our maximum speed, and then this one is like our minimum speed. So what I'm going to do now is I'll just bring the rate 2 knob down again so you can hear the change in speed nice and slow. And if I wanted to change the speed just by a little bit, I can turn that drift knob down. And again, think about it like minimum speed, maximum speed. Now, what I wanted to show you here is if we bring this rate 1 knob up, think about it like it's changing between slow mode and fast mode. So when we're in fast mode, remember this is like a ring modulator. It goes up really, really fast. But then when we're in slow mode, it's kind of like a normal standard chorus. So we can set it kind of like changing between a normal chorus and a ring modulator. I'll show you a little bit about how that'll sound. Awesome. So that hopefully gives you an idea of what you can do with this drift knob, secondary rate knob, and kind of playing around with the primary rate. They all interact with each other, and you can get a lot of really interesting different chorus sounds. Now, the last thing I wanted to talk about here was the animation knob. And this one works kind of like a secondary depth knob, but it also will affect the wave shape. So when it's all the way down, kind of like a standard chorus wave that's nice and smooth. And then if we turn it up, we'll start increasing the depth. It'll get a little bit seasick-ish, and then it'll start turning more into like a square wave. So I'll start to show you kind of the range of this animation knob. And again, I'll set it back to kind of a more normal chorus sound. So with it all the way down, standard chorus. Right, so you can hear that when it's all the way up, it starts to change the pitch quite a bit. It's like a pitch bending effect. No longer sounds like a chorus. And it is a little more choppy, like a square wave. Now, when we have this knob set all the way up, it might be best to turn the depth knob down, because then we won't get that intense pitch bending effect, but we'll still have more of like a square wave chorus, kind of like this. And the last thing I wanted to show you here is if we turn the mix knob all the way up, we get like a vibrato sound. And again, I'll show you the range of this animation knob with the depth all the way up, and you'll hear how the vibrato changes. So again, a little bit of an odd effect there, but hopefully you can find some way to use it, play around with it, experiment. Again, this is kind of an experimental setting, not going to be fitting into every song like that. Okay, so that pretty much covers everything I wanted to talk about for waves today. You can find them for sale on my website in the link in the description. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.